It's after 11 p.m. in Bonita Springs, Florida, when police receive a 911 call from a local hotel.
911, what is your emergency?
I got a guy who just came into the lobby screaming, call the police, call the police. I guess he got attacked outside, and he's saying that the guy has his truck. And I said, okay. He said, I just got jumped outside, attacked outside by a guy. And he said, he's in my truck, and he thinks he took his truck. I'm not sure. Okay, they stole your truck. Okay, I'm on the phone with them. There's going to be somebody coming.
At 9:14 p.m. on a Tuesday night, the Lee County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call from a hotel lobby. The caller bystander relaying a message from a panicked man who had just burst through the front doors. The official call log records the initial report as a simple carjacking. A truck was taken, but the clinical language of the dispatch logged, Grand Theft Auto, did not capture the prelude to violence. It didn't capture the 7 words whispered to the victim moments before the engine turned over. I'm sorry you have to casually apocalyptic. It sounds like a rejected line from a video game script. But this wasn't a digital crime spree. This was a real-world rampage that would, within minutes, turn a quiet fitness center into a demolition site. Picture the shattered glass, but the vehicle itself, a ProMaster 3D500 van, a commercial workhorse designed for plumbing supplies and delivery routes parked fully inside the lobby of a gym called Smash Fitness. There is no visual that sums up the absurd collapse of logic better than that, a cargo van resting where the squat racks used to be. It is a monument to impulse. Before we go deeper into what the documents actually show, make sure you're subscribed to EvidenceAxis. Because we don't just cover the story, we follow the evidence. The gap between the physical reality and the physical reality is where the irony amplifies. According to the incident report, the suspect, 42-year-old Adam Naylor, did not use a key fob. He did not hotwire the ignition. He allegedly entered the van while the owner was sitting and smoking a cigarette, a moment of mundane calm before the storm. To gain control of the vehicle, Naylor allegedly placed the victim in a chokehold. That's a felony battery. It's a direct physical takeover. But then comes the sentence, I'm sorry you have to die. It's an apology and a death sentence wrapped into one breath. You hear that and you brace for a murder investigation. But the victim escapes. He runs to the hotel. The truck is gone, and that's where the logic of the street ends and the logic of a demolition derby begins.
What is your emergency?
I'm at Smash Fitness on Bonita Beach Road, and somebody just ran into the building.
Okay, and what did you say the business was?
Smash Fitness, Bonita Springs. Someone just drove their car through the front door.
Can you tell if anyone's injured?
Minutes later, the dispatcher receives a second call. This one isn't about a carjacking, it's about architecture. A vehicle vents through the front door of Mass Fitness on Bonita Beach Road. The dispatcher asks if anyone is injured. The witness on scene doesn't answer with a description of blood or broken bones. He says the driver walked away. Not ran, not collapsed, he walked away. The body camera footage from the first arriving deputy captures the sheer velocity of the impact. The glass storefront doesn't just crack, it ceases to exist. The metal frames are peeled back like foil. Inside, under hum of flickering fluorescent lights, the stolen van sits idle, its hood nosed into the wreckage of the check encounter. The business is literally named Smash Fitness.
Yeah. Where'd the guy go?
I was inside. The guy ran out.
Okay.
But I was just closing out, about to leave.
CBA headquarters, 65 floor tag. Hey, just hang tight real quick, okay?
Yeah.
This might have been a carjacking, so we're trying to figure it out. Floor tag Indigo Zulu is coming to a ProMaster 3500. Knife lead control 51. It's going to be fully inside Smash Fitness. 54 any injuries.
Parked well.
It's a detail so perfectly on the nose that a screenwriter would reject it for being too heavy-handed, and yet it's a fact. The deputy on scene processes the information with a veteran's detachment. This might have been a carjacking, he tells a bewildered gym employee who is closing up. The juxtaposition is jarring. The officer is trying to build a bridge between two chaotic events, connecting a violent robbery to a vehicular insurance claim in real time. The employees inside the gym witnessed the grand file but not the prologue. One employee, standing by the treadmills, was about to shut down the electrical panel when the crash erupted. He describes the driver not as a panicked maniac, but as a bleeding, balding man who, when asked if he was alright, calmly said, "Yep, I'm fine," and walked.
I was like by the treadmills, and I was about to turn off the electrical and then go home. And then there was like a huge crash, and I look up and there's a...
Headquarters of 420, I'm just confirming for lead control. It's insecure for Bonita Beach Road.
Boss, do you have your ID on you too?
And a guy gets
insecure
out.
for Bonita Beach Road. Thank you.
You saw the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like balding. He had blood dripping from his forehead too, and I came out and I was like, "Are you alright, man?" He was like, "Yep, I'm fine," and they just walked away.
That's the chilling detail. A man bleeding from the forehead, fresh off turning a commercial van into a battering ram, offers a placid confirmation of his own well-being before vanishing into the Florida night. He walked away like he forgot his wallet. That's the first time we say it. He walked away like he forgot his wallet. It's the refrain that holds this entire absurd case together. A man tells you you're going to die, steals your truck, obliterates a building, and then strolls into the shadows with the nonchalance of a man who just realized he left his credit card at a restaurant. This is not a master criminal. This is impulse control obliterated, a raw, unfiltered at operating heavy machinery. The Lee County Sheriff's deputies cordoned off the area, turning a strip mall into a search grid.
What was the guy wearing?
Like a hoodie, a black hoodie.
Black hoodie.
A hoodie, he was bald.
Bald, black hoodie, white male, black male.
White.
He ran that way?
He ran that way, yeah.
CPA headquarters, 65 suspect description.
Go ahead with it.
White male, bald, wearing black hoodie, he ran.
Witnesses pointed eastbound toward Bonita Beach Road. A K-9 unit arrived, the handler's voice cutting through the humid air with a standard script. This is the Lee County Sheriff's Office K-9 unit. You have an opportunity to come on out. Silence. The dog K-9 Dundee began to work, his nose dragging deputies past a row of white trucks and toward a tree line.
This is the Lee County Sheriff's Office K-9 unit. Give you an opportunity to come on out, release a police dog that will by you. Identify yourself now. This is the Lee County Sheriff's Office K-9 unit. And give you an opportunity to come on out, release a police dog that will by you. Identify yourself now. So.
Here's where the story morphs from a bizarre property crime into a thriller. The suspect, Adam Naylor, is not fleeing in a high-speed chase. He is hiding in the brush. He is allegedly sleeping. But think about the national security angle of this. Not terrorism, but the domestic security of a public space. Gyms of centuries of routine. People go there at night to unwind, to close up, to walk to their cars alone. This isn't just a crash. It's a breach of a communal safety contract. So, here is the ticking clock question that reframes this entire file. Alleged carjacker is willing to apologize for a murder he hasn't committed yet, and then drive through a crowded commercial storefront rather than simply stealing the vehicle. What threshold of violence is he unwilling to cross? The answer appears to be zero. The entire community was seconds away from a mass casualty event simply because the building was in the path of least resistance. The only difference between a property crime and a graveyard is the time of night and the thickness of a glass pane. The K-9 tracks the scent. The body cameras shake as deputies navigate the dark foliage. The apprehension footage is raw.
Let me see his! Let me see his! Let me see his! Let me see.
Deputies identify the suspect seen here as 42-year-old Adam Naylor, who, according to an incident report, allegedly broke into the van while the victim was smoking a cigarette inside and said, quote, "I'm sorry you have to die," before placing the victim in a chokehold and taking off with the vehicle, smashing through the business a short time later.
Hands! Hands!
Let me see your hands.
Hands!
Turn around. Do not move. Do you understand? Do not move.
I'm gonna release the dog. If you move, I'll put it back, okay? Ow.
Let me see your hands. Turn around. Do not move. The commands stack on top of each other, overlapping with the guttural barking the dog. Naylor is found in the bushes bleeding from the head, an injury likely from the crash itself. The deputies pull him out. The K-9 does its job, teeth meeting flesh, a visceral full stop to the chaos. Naylor's dialogue post-capture a cascade of bizarre non-sequiturs. He asks deputies if they can help him stand. He critiques their inability to remove his ratchet belt, offering technical advice with the condescension of a back seat while lying in handcuffs with a dog bite on his hip. You push a button from the bottom, he tells them. He asks how often they let the dog bite people. He claims he was just sleeping. He walked away like he forgot his wallet. That's the second time we say it. Because even in custody, his effect is not that of a panicked fugitive. It's a flat, detached bewilderment. When a deputy asks him if he has any weapons, he says, "I have nothing." When asked if it was just him in the van, he seems confused by the question. This man allegedly choked a victim, apologized for his impending death, stole a vehicle, drove it through a gym, and fled on foot, and he is engaging in small talk about belt buckles.
Get on me. That's gonna hurt me. Any weapons?
I have nothing.
Right there.
Can you stand up for me?
I can. If you can help me.
I just want to give him a full search before EMS comes on. Spread your legs.
No, we need to do a show-up.
The cognitive dissonance is the story. The video game title in the clickbait thumbnail might say Grand Theft Auto, but the reality is so much more pathetic and dangerous. In a video game, the protagonist has a goal. Here, there was no goal. There was just a van, a building, and a man who could not stop pressing the accelerator.
It's a ratchet. You push a button from the bottom. How often do you guys let your dog bite people before they actually run? Anybody want to take these thoughts on?
Deputies said Adam suffered a laceration to his head, as well as a dog bite to his thigh, before he was transported to a hospital for treatment.
Yeah. Nobody wants to answer that question. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but it's tiny.
Y'all just let your dog bite people.
I got an answer for you.
No, but that's good. Yeah. I hope you do. This all.
Who's got a knife? Just cut this damn
belt off. This all recorded, right?
Got it.
Cut the belt because you guys can't figure out how to work a simple ratchet belt.
Yeah.
All I was doing was sleeping over there. Left cheek. Yeah. There you go. That should.
The hard evidence doesn't lie. The plea deal is public record. Adam Naylor was charged with a stack of felony as burglary of a conveyor by strangulation, leaving the scene of a crash involving property damage, DUI with property damage, grand theft of a motor vehicle, and resisting an officer without violence. That's the legal weight of a rampage that lasted less than 15 minutes. But the judicial system operates on trage. Online court records confirm Naylor later pleaded no contest to 3 counts: burglary, battery, and leaving the scene of a crash. The remaining charges, including the grand theft of the very vehicle sitting in the middle of the gym, were dropped by the prosecution. The sentence was 2 years. 2 years for a crime spree that began with "I'm sorry" resolution that invites a quiet, simmering fury if you let yourself dwell on it. But we don't dwell on anger here. We dwell on evidence. The math is simple: 2 years of state supervision for a lifetime of trauma deposited into the victim's van, smoking a cigarette, wondering if those were his last seconds on earth.
Adam was booked for burglary, battery, leaving the scene of a crash, DUI with property damage, grand theft of a motor vehicle, and more. Online.
We are left with the unanswered question, the one the court filings don't address. Why? No shootout, no high-speed chase, just a chokehold, an apology, and a crash. The deputies never got an explanation on camera that made sense. The incident report doesn't speculate on a motive, it merely catalogs the damage. The final irony loops back to the K9. After the chaos of her, the bleeding has stopped and the cuffs are double-locked. The handler looks at K9 Dundee, who tracked the scent from the shattered storefront to the thick brush, and offers the simplest praise: "That's a good boy."
Thanks to the snout of K9 Dundee, deputies had no trouble locating and apprehending the suspect, earning this dog some praise from his handler.
That's a good boy, yeah. That's a good boy.
The dog did what he was trained to do, finding a man who, by all accounts, wasn't resisting where he was found, but just existing in the woods. He walked away like he forgot his wallet. That's the third time, because that's the ghost in the machine of this entire case. A man who announces death, destroys property, and then stands up, shakes off the glass, and wanders away. I want to direct you to the Lee County Clerk of Court Public Access portal. Search for the felony case against Adam Naylor. Look at the affidavit, the narrative of the battery. Read the victim's statement. And when you're done, come back here and answer this one direct question. Does a 2-year sentence for a man who allegedly uttered a murder threat before a violent carjacking and demolition of a failure of prosecutorial ambition? Or is it a pragmatic reflection of a fractured mind that needed treatment more than a cage? Put your answer in the comments below. If you believe that the raw footage reveals more truth than a press release, make sure you like this video. Share it with someone who needs to see the gap between law and chaos. Subscribe to EvidenceAxis and turn on notifications. We don't guess, we follow the evidence.